Hi, my name is Nisha Krauser, class of 2010, graduating from the Wellington School. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I look forward to hearing from you soon.
My name is Brian High. I'm the Director of Junior Development at Elysium Tennis in Columbus, Ohio. In our top program, which is called our Elite Program, we have 23 kids that meet the requirements to be in that program, which are they have to be ranked top 100 in the Midwest. They generally play between 20 and 30 tournaments a year, and they qualified for the Midwest Closed. They have a national ranking. The kids in the Elite Program are dedicated to their tennis. They all have a common goal, and they share similar resumes with their rankings and work ethic and their goal to play college tennis. They all play 2 hours a day, 4 days a week during the week, and then they play practice matches for 2 hours a day on Saturday and Sunday. So they're at our club for 12 hours a week of organized tennis, and then they do above and beyond that with their tournaments. They're all very hardworking, and it's very difficult to get into that group, and great bunch of kids. I started coaching Nisha when she was, I think, 8 years old. Started off hitting with her once a week on Saturdays after the beginner clinic, and that evolved into some weekday clinics. But I've had a lesson with Nisha every week for 9 years, and she's come a long way. Nisha's one of these kids that you usually only have to tell her one time to do something when it involves the tennis court. If she's late, she comes jogging in. She knows it's time to work. When she gets there, she's always on her toes. She's moving her feet and working hard, and she's always trying to do what she's supposed to be doing to make herself a better player. So as a coach, or from a coaching standpoint, you love to have those types of kids where you say, Nisha, you got to get this done. It's gonna happen. When she's on the tennis court, she's there to play tennis, and that's a breath of fresh air. Sometimes you don't have to spend the whole 2 hours trying to motivate kids to work hard. Nisha's always the kid that works hard. Nisha wants to be in control of the outcome of her tennis matches, and that's easily seen if you watch her play a match. She takes it to the girl from the first strike of the ball, whether it's a return of serve or hitting the first serve with a purpose. She always looking to end points with forehands or moving forward or swinging volleys, and the outcome of 90% of Nisha's matches are going to be decided by Nisha. She's very offensive and has pretty good point construction. It just comes down to execution, whether she wins or loses. And like I said, 90% of the time, she's generally in control of every match, which is, in my opinion, a great asset. If it comes down to grinding a point out, you can have someone like Nisha do that. But if you have someone that only knows how to grind, you can't have them move forward and end points with swinging volleys or hitting good clean volleys or pounding short balls and following the short balls in. The kids in our program, obviously Nisha included, their best tennis is going to be in college because they have all the tools to hit all these shots, and then they can go into whatever system their college team is and then play within that system because they can do it all. But you get these juniors that are so ranking oriented, and they play the one style, the grind out 20 feet from behind the baseline, or they're not moving forward. And how do you teach that kid? How do you change that mindset? They've been doing that since they were 10 years old. Once she gets up on you, she's going to stomp on you, which is a great thing. When Nisha wins sets, very typically she can stomp on the girl the second set because her style of play isn't to wait for the other girl to make a mistake. And then having said that too, when she's, especially recently in her match play, she's won like the last 6 or 7 out of her third set. They have these third set super tiebreakers now instead of playing out the whole third set, which is very tough. And she won like 6 in a row, and then she just lost her last one. She had 2 match points in that one, lost 13-11, and she was down 9-6 in that one. So she's a real good fighter, and obviously mentally pretty tough when it gets to those tight points. So she's at that point where she realizes how good she is now, and like I said in this super tiebreak, she's starting to get those wins, and they really shouldn't even be that close. It's just a matter of her believing that she's at that level. She's developed everything more than the 12 and under girl that beat the pants out of her, 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Well, needless to say, I think Nisha would be a huge asset to any collegiate team. Her best tennis is in front of her. She has and will continue to develop all the tools to be an extremely well-rounded offensive tennis player. If she plays a girl that tries to match shot for shot and wants to bang the ball every single time, I'll put my money on Nisha. Anybody that doesn't have a quote-unquote weapon, I'm putting my money on Nisha. If a girl on the other side of the net doesn't have a huge forehand, or they're hitting this flat backhand down the line every time, I'm putting my money on Nisha. If the other girl is one of those grind-out players, or just keeps the ball in play, or hits every ball cross court, won't break down from behind the baseline, those are good qualities, but I'm still putting my money on Nisha. Unless the girl can physically step up and just drive the ball through Nisha, those are about the only people that are beating her right now, which I would think as a college coach, you get some muscle on her and work her a little harder. That comes with 3 years, 2 years, she's going to be a top player on someone's team somewhere.